Just wait until you hear this, Anya. My wonderful niece brought her new little girl over to meet me yesterday. She's as cute as a button. She has the most amazing little smile you'll ever see. I couldn't resist splashing out a bunch of new baby clothes for her.
Hey, Bessie, how's it going? When you say your niece, do you mean Angie?
Yes, I do, actually. I didn't know you knew my niece's name. I'm surprised, since you never make the effort to come to any of our family gatherings. Go on, I'm curious now. How did you know?
I met her at mine and Terrence's wedding, remember? She's so lovely and sweet, I couldn't forget her. Plus, he told me she had a little girl recently. It's so nice to hear she's doing well.
Oh, I see. Well, I think you did well to remember her name, given most of my family still doesn't know yours.
That's okay, I don't mind. I'm sure they'll remember me eventually.
You might have your work cut out for you, but don't let that stop you trying, darling. You should know that we have a strong sense of solidarity in our family, and we don't take very kindly to outsiders. I doubt any of them would go out of their way to get to know the likes of a stranger like you.
I see.
Oh, forgive me if it sounds like I'm being rude, dear. I don't mean to be. But you are ultimately only my daughter-in-law, which essentially makes you a stranger to us. You can't expect us to welcome you into the family with open arms straight away.
Right. Little by little is fine by me. I'm committed to Terrence and this family, and I'm willing to work hard to earn your approval if that's what it takes.
Well then, in that case, you won't mind if I ask you to start taking care of the preparations for next week for me, will you?
The preparations for next week? What's happening next week?
Haven't you heard? Everyone's getting together for a barbecue at our place next weekend. The whole family will be there. The summer will be over soon, so we're squeezing in one last family get-together before the cold creeps in and we're all cooped up indoors.
Really? That sounds cool. I hadn't heard.
Which is why I want you to help me with the preparations. Can you bring me 10 people's worth of meat and vegetables for next Friday night? We'll be making burgers, so we'll need bread buns and ketchup too. Oh, and of course, naturally, we'll need drinkies. Bring wine, beer, whiskey, gin, and cocktail ingredients.
Got it. I'll do a big shop at Peep Smart and bring everything over on Friday afternoon.
Delightful, oh good girl. It's such a shame you won't be able to join us for the barbecue itself, dear. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm just happy to help out.
Fantastic. I'm so pleased you seem to know your place. Can you imagine how difficult this would be if you defied me at every turn?
Right. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something about your husband's funeral next week. I know I'm not normally invited to family events, but I was doing some thinking. Maybe it would be better if I did go this time?
It's fine. You don't have to bother coming to Randy's funeral.
But he's Terrence's dad. Don't you think me not going would be a little...
You don't need to finish that sentence. Forget about it. This isn't your concern. Just worry about getting the things for the barbecue together, and me and you won't have any issues. Think about it. Why would you go? It's not like you ever met him. He didn't know you, and you have no memories of him. You were strangers. If anything, it'd be weirder if you went. Funerals are all about paying respects for loved ones. You being there would be meaningless.
All right, fine. Point taken. I guess I'll just make sure Terrence looks his best on the day then.
Excellent. That's more than enough. Now back to the matter at hand. I'm counting on you for next Friday, Anya. We all are. Don't let us down. I'll pay you back anything you spend on the food when I see you, so don't worry about the money.
Got it. I'll message you on Friday when I'm on my way. If you think of anything else you need in the meantime, just let me know. Take it easy.
Hello, Anya, are you there? I have another favor to ask of you.
Hey, Bessie, what can I help you with?
The craziest thing happened. We all decided to go on a big family holiday together at the dinner after Randy's funeral. I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't mind putting together a travel schedule for us all, and if it wouldn't be too much trouble, we'd be very grateful if you could book all of our flights and hotels, too.
You want me to book your holiday?
I know it might be a nuisance, but surely you don't mind. You are a newcomer in this family, after all. You'll plan and book our holiday for us, won't you, dear? Won't you?
Listen, Bessie, didn't Terrence message you about this sort of thing?
Oh, now that you mention it, he did say something. What was it again? Stop asking Anya for favors if you're not going to invite her to family events? Sure, he might have said that, but this time is different. I've decided to be incredibly generous and let you come along for the family holiday this time. You've worked hard to show your commitment to the family, and I think it's about time you were rewarded.
Huh? You serious? You mean I can actually come?
Of course you can come, darling. You're family. I take it my son won't have any more complaints after this? Besides, I hope you haven't been getting the wrong idea, sweetie. It's not that I didn't invite you to family events out of malice or ill will. We're a quirky bunch, you know. You should know that even if we did welcome you into the family with open arms, you'd probably find it a very difficult environment to adjust to. It might be difficult to understand from the outside, but things are just better this way.
Right. Anyway, back to the holiday. Sure thing. Let me speak to Terrence about it first, okay?
Excuse me? Well, what do you need to speak to him about? You mean I just went out of my way to invite you on a family holiday and you need to go off and consult with my son about it first? The ingratitude! I thought you'd be pleased.
Bessie, please, it's not like that at all. It's just that I don't think he knows about me going on the holiday.
Irrelevant. You're planning and booking it for us, and that's final. The whole family's taking time out of their busy schedules to go on this trip. It's a miracle we were able to pull it off in the first place, but there's no way any of us will be able to find the time to plan it. You're the only one who can do this, Anya. You have no children, and you work a crummy part-time job. What objection could you possibly have? You have nothing but free time. Anyone would think you'd be jumping at the opportunity to finally prove your commitment to this family, and you need to speak to Terrence about it? What reason could you possibly have for not helping us on this?
I'm sorry, but could you confirm what you said for me again? I'm having trouble comprehending the idea that you'd suddenly invite me on a huge family vacation despite not giving me a look-in until now. Are you sure it's really okay for me to come on this thing with you guys?
I said it is, didn't I? How many times do you want me to repeat myself?
It's just that Terrence told me that he heard you all discussing the vacation at your husband's funeral. He was there the whole time, and he said I wasn't mentioned at all.
He said that? Oh, that's nonsense, dear. Don't listen to him. He must have not heard us talking about you is all.
Did he really not hear it?
That's right, dear. He didn't. You know, my son has always been this way. He's very good at looking like he's paying attention when he's actually miles away. It was either that, or he must have been in the toilet when your name was mentioned. Anyway, that's enough of this. I'll message you the details later on. I made a bunch of notes on where we're going and the tourist spots everyone wants to go to while we're there. You might have your work cut out since everyone in our family has varied tastes, but I think you'll have a blast planning this thing for us. Come up with the vacation plan using the stuff I send you as a reference. Make sure you pick us a good quality hotel and lots of fun activities. We also only want the most luxurious food and don't want to go to any areas that might be dangerous or have poor people in them.
Got it.
Tell my son to book the time off work as early as he can. It's not often we all get to go on vacation as a family like this, so let's make the most of it. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. My mother-in-law will be joining us.
Wow, really? In that case, I'll see to it that there's as little walking as possible. I think I remember you telling me she's not very good on her feet, right? Come to think of it, I should probably hire a minibus or something.
That's right. To tell you the truth, I would have preferred to do plenty of walking to tire the old bat out. But it's just as you say, she's not very good on her legs these days. And once she starts complaining, there's no stopping her. She's like a dog with a bone. So please plan out the holiday with keeping her quiet in mind. Lord knows I'll be the one who ends up getting it in the neck if she isn't satisfied with something. Queen Mildred must have her way.
All right, understood. Leave it with me. If it's not too much trouble, could you let me know if there are certain things people can't eat? Likes, dislikes, that kind of thing? Oh, and we can't forget allergies. We don't need anyone to go into anaphylactic shock in the middle of a restaurant, that's for sure. Most places go out of their way to avoid that kind of thing these days to prevent lawsuits, so if I know beforehand, I can make sure we're good.
Hold on 1 minute, young lady. Just who on earth do you think you are making all these requests of me? Why should I have to be your errand girl? Ask them yourself.
I mean, I would, but I haven't even met everyone yet. Plus, I don't have their numbers.
So get them off Terrence and do some cold calling. Why should I have to be your slave? There's no reason I should reduce myself to doing bothersome crap like this when I have a daughter-in-law with nothing but free time on her hands to do it for me.
Sorry. All right, fine. I'll see if Terrence will help me. Hopefully I can get this thing planned to a level everyone will be happy with. I've never done anything like this before, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a teeny-weeny bit nervous.
Don't worry, darling, you'll be fine. We're all counting on you to give us the vacation of our lifetime, so no pressure. Oh, and by the way, make sure you don't say anything rude when you call them. If you stick your foot in it by saying something that upsets someone, I'll be the one who ends up getting embarrassed, so watch your mouth, young lady. Anya, did the money for the vacation go into your account yet? I sent it the other day.
Yeah, it's in, thanks. I already used it to book the flights and the hotel. I'm looking at activities now. Hopefully I can find something for everyone to enjoy.
Thanks for doing this for us, darling. We're very grateful. Now all we have to do is go and enjoy it without you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Next month's vacation, you're not invited. For you, it's house-watching duty. Sorry, dear, but another of our relatives, who we like far more than you, has taken your spot.
I knew it! This was your plan from the get-go, wasn't it? I bet you never planned to let me come for 1 second.
Isn't it obvious? I told you, a daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger to me. Like hell we'd want you with us. You'd spoil the whole trip. The trouble is, if we didn't at least pretend we were going to let you come, my overly sensitive son would have thrown a tantrum. I thought I may as well use the situation to my favor and have you arrange all the boring planning stuff. It's actually kind of cute how easy you were to deceive. Don't think you're getting off the hook that easily, though. Everyone knows you have no life, so you can make use of your free time while we're away by cleaning my house from top to bottom. A daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger. Is that so, Bessie? No, you're uninvited, and you can watch my house. I want it so clean I can eat my breakfast off it. Huh? Where on earth did that come from? Cut the crap. I heard all about what you've been doing. Anya, what's gotten into you? Are you drunk? Why are you speaking such complete and utter nonsense all of a sudden? I am not Anya. I'm your mother-in-law. Huh? Mildred? Stop it, Anya. This isn't funny. You're pretending to be my mother-in-law to scare me, aren't you? Well, it won't work. I'm not pretending to be anything. It's really me. Don't believe me? Tell me, Bessie. Who else would know about how you broke down in tears to my son after the first time we met because of how strict and mean I was? Ever since then, you complained to him that I was bullying you practically every time I opened my mouth. Oh my God. It really is you, isn't it? That's what I just said, isn't it? I didn't tell you, but I got myself a new smartphone recently, and I'm even on Peep's Messenger now. Anya's been telling me all about the vicious bullying campaign you've been waging against her. I see. So are you going to explain yourself or not? You know, I always thought it was strange that my grandson's wife never showed up at family gatherings. Now I know it's because you were telling her not to come the whole time. No, you're wrong. You hear all the time about how young people these days don't go to family events anymore because they're not seen as cool or hip. I did it for her benefit. She's a young girl in her 20s, for crying out loud. I didn't think she'd be interested in coming and hanging around with a bunch of old dears in their 50s and 60s, but at the same time I knew she'd be too polite to tell me, so I told her not to come instead. Even if that were true, don't you think the way you went about it went a little too far? You went out of your way to let Anya know you'd all be getting together without her at every opportunity. What was it you told her? That a daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger, and that she had no right to go to family events? Admit it, Bessie. What you really mean is that you don't think of her as family, isn't it? Go on, out with it. I might be able to respect you if you're actually honest for once. Mildred, please, I didn't mean it like that. Your lies don't wash with me. I've heard from several relatives about how you told them not to engage with the outsider. Is there anyone in either of our families malicious or wicked enough to treat poor Anya that way without you putting them up to it? I think not. You're the only one with a heart rotten enough to do this. No, you've got this all wrong. I thought that if I said that to everyone and made the atmosphere a little awkward between them, Anya would find it easier not to come to family gatherings. How do you explain the family vacation, then? You worked her like a dog to plan and book a holiday you didn't even intend on letting her go on. What's more, you demanded that she stay at your place to be your personal housemaid while you were away. What the devil is wrong with you, woman? No, that was, I thought maybe she'd want some alone time. You know how tough married life can be. Give it a rest already. I am sick of hearing your lies. I asked our relatives. They told me all about how much crap you talk about that poor girl. You justify it to them by saying she's rude or insolent or doesn't know her place or that she answers you back all the time. You spread a rumor that Anya hates everyone and wants as little to do with the family as possible. No, it's not true. I didn't put it that bluntly. Well, that's how everyone I asked felt you were treating her, so what difference does it make? Not a single one of them had anything positive to say about you. Things are probably hard enough for her fitting into a new family as it is without you making her life 1,000,000 times harder than it has to be. How could you be so horrible to such a sweet young lady? Did anyone in my family treat you that way when you married my Terrence? No. So why would you behave like this? I'm embarrassed to be your mother-in-law. Mildred, I'm sorry. I only did what I thought was best for her. If that was true, you wouldn't have made her plan and book a holiday for your entire family before canceling her at the last minute. You're a fully grown woman, and you're more than capable of arranging your own vacations. Stop treating that poor girl like your slave and take responsibility for yourself, you pathetic excuse of a woman.
Hey, Bessie, I have a message from your mom-in-law. She says she wants you to send photos when you're done mopping the hallway.
Anya, are we really still doing this? I've been cleaning this damn house every day since you all went on vacation without me. Ugh, do you really have to make me send pictures every time I finish cleaning something? It's demeaning. It's like a little girl being supervised.
Mildred said she wanted to keep an eye on you to make sure you don't slack on your jobs. It's tough for her too, you know. She'd much rather focus on enjoying the vacation. It's time to roll your sleeves up, stop complaining, and get back to work.
Ugh, why you little... Do you think this is an acceptable way to treat your mother-in-law? You're my daughter-in-law. You should be on my side. This little ingratiate yourself with Terrence's grandma game of yours is going to backfire big time one day, young lady. Mark my words. You obviously haven't thought this through, but she'll kick the bucket long before I do.
It's fine. This ultimately has nothing to do with Mildred. I just decided I'm not going to put up with your crap anymore. That's all.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it sounds like. From now on, whenever you do something that pisses me off, I plan on telling it like it is. I'm done being your obedient little slave girl.
I am your mother-in-law, young lady. You think you can defy me?
It dawned on me that there's absolutely no reason I have to put up with the vitriolic bullying of my mentally deranged mother-in-law. So I won't be doing it anymore. Simple, right? Oh yeah, I learned something else interesting too. The reason you're cleaning Mildred's house so obediently is because she sends you money to get by on every month, isn't it? You wouldn't even be able to pay the gas bill without her support. Don't worry though, I don't plan on depending on you in any way, shape, or form, so there's no danger of you getting that kind of leverage over me.
Leverage? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not cleaning the house because she has leverage over me. I'm cleaning the house because a mother-in-law's word is law. Do you have no notion of honor or respect, of duty? This is just how a good daughter-in-law who has her priorities in order behaves. You could learn a thing or two.
Oh, is it really? That's funny because I heard a little something that contradicts that. Apparently you never listened to a word she said before she started sending you the monthly allowance. She said you gave her nothing but attitude and disrespect before things got financial between you.
Look, Anya, can we just forget this conversation already? I can't take being stuck in this house any longer. I'm serious. Please, will you tell Mildred I'd like to go home now? I've had a long, hard think about my behavior, and I'm very, very sorry. I feel awful.
Oh, you're sorry, are you? That's funny because you still don't seem to understand how what you did to me was wrong.
Ugh, how many times do I have to say it? The only reason I didn't invite you to family gatherings is because I thought you wouldn't be interested in coming to a get-together full of crusty old housewives. I thought you'd be bored out of your skull, so I did what I thought was best for your sake.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, that I really wasn't interested. Why did you have to go around bad-mouthing me and spreading hurtful lies about me to the whole family? I never said I didn't want to be involved in family get-togethers, not even once. What right do you have to go spreading hateful rumors about me based on misguided assumptions? None.
I said that because I figured you not being around would make more sense to everyone that way.
You made that judgment completely arbitrarily and without my consent. From where I'm standing, it just looks like you were spreading hateful rumors about me, got found out, and now you're panicking to justify what you did after the fact.
Fine, I'll apologize. I'm sorry I was mean to you. Happy now? Let it go already.
Nuh-uh, no chance. I won't be doing that. In fact, far from forgiving you, I plan on having nothing more to do with you for as long as I live.
Fine by me. I'll be perfectly fine without the likes of you in my life.
It's not just me. Terrence never wants to see you again either. Then there's Mildred, Uncle Graham and his wife, your dad, Aunt Fiona, and all 3 of your nephews, and your niece Angie and her little girl. Wow, when you list them like that, it didn't dawn on me before, but virtually your whole family is done with you. Apparently Mildred's considered cutting off your monthly allowance, too.
What did you just say? Why would everyone else get involved in this?
They all apologized to me. They got the wrong idea about me because they fell for your lies, hook, line, and sinker. They felt awful when they realized they'd been fooled. And they were both angry and disgusted with you in equal measure when they realized you'd been lying to them this whole time to isolate me from the family.
Anya, please just wait a moment. I can't afford to have my money cut off. We were all getting along fine until now. Cutting off my allowance is going too far.
You lied to your entire family, Bessie. What did you expect?
Not this, that's for sure. Why is this happening now? Things were going so smoothly. What the hell did you do?
I didn't do anything. This is all happening because you made me arrange your vacation. I had to call the whole family one by one to get their details for the bookings. Me and Mildred hit it off when I called her. We ended up discussing a few things. She thought it was strange that I was suddenly being invited on a huge family vacation after literally never going to a single family event since marrying Terrence.
Well, what am I supposed to do now?
Seems like you don't have much choice. I think your safest bet is to carry on obeying Mildred's commands and clean her house like a good little maidservant.
Anya, please, don't be like this. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart for how I treated you. Please, will you find it in your heart to forgive me? I promise to never do anything mean to you again. I won't ostracize you from the family anymore either. You can come to every get-together from now on. In fact, we'd be delighted to have you with us.
You won't ostracize me from the family again? I think the word you're looking for is can't. I might have been able to endure your bullshit for a long time thanks to the support of my husband, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt me. There's only so much a person can take. Everyone has their limit, and you pushed me past mine. There was a time when I was committed to working hard to earn your approval, when I thought that if I just kept working hard and tried my best to show you how serious I was about winning your acceptance, you'd see it and let me be a part of the family one day. But I finally realized what an enormous waste of time and energy that was. No more. I am so done with you.
No, please, you can't be done with me. Anya, please don't be like this. I'm sorry. Will you find it in your heart to give me another chance? Just one more chance is all I need to prove I can change. Do you have any idea how hard my life will be without my monthly allowance? Not to mention not being able to go to family gatherings anymore. I love putting on my best dresses and getting dolled up to see the gang. I don't even want to imagine life as an outsider. No!
Sorry, Bessie, gotta run. I have a flight to catch later. See to it that Mildred's house is spotless from top to bottom by the time we get back from our vacation, okay?
But this place is enormous. It's practically a mansion. She normally has a team of cleaners take care of the place, for crying out loud. How am I supposed to clean a place this big all on my own? This is ridiculous, and you know it. You may as well be asking me to make pigs fly.
Not my problem, Bessie. Just see to it that it gets done. You said you wanted a chance to earn Mildred's forgiveness, right? Well, this is what you've been waiting for. Do as you're told and stop complaining. Oh, would you look at that? Our meals are here. I went for the lobster and it looks delish. Catch you later.
No, wait, a peasant like you? Eating lobster? Good God. Ugh, never mind that. Just give me more time. I'll never be able to clean the whole house before you get back from vacation.
Time? I think it's time you knew your place, Bessie. Your mother-in-law will be sorely disappointed in you if her house isn't spotless by the time she gets back. Chop, chop, pick up that mop. When we got back from our vacation, which was an absolute blast, by the way, we went to Mildred's house to find Bessie passed out asleep on the sofa, surrounded by empty cigarette packs and wine bottles, with the cleaning of the house not even close to being finished. Mildred flipped a switch and gave Bessie the dressing down of her life right before my very eyes. She decided it was best her wayward daughter-in-law live with her for a while so she could instill some much-needed discipline in her. It's hard for me to forgive her when I remember how she treated me. But since she got disowned from her family once they found out about everything, I'm satisfied with how things came to a close. It just goes to show that what goes around really does come around, huh? Be nice to people, folks. Maybe I'm too soft, but I don't think it'd be a huge deal if she was allowed to show her face at family events from time to time. There's no way she'd ever try anything with me again, given that she knows now that her entire family would have my back if she did. Bessie is on thin ice, and she knows it. I was super nervous about meeting everyone before because of Bessie's scheming, but now they're all super kind and welcoming towards me, and I truly feel like a part of the family. I feel like this could be the start of something beautiful. Here's to a happy future full of joy, laughs, and smiles for us all.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.